हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम राम। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you very much for your kind association. Let's get started with our module 2, Bhakti Vaibhava study. Today we will be studying Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 10, entitled Departure of Lord Krishna for Dwarka, verse number 30 onwards. Let's recite our verses for memorization. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanaतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुः श्रीयुतापदकमलम् श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामीति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। जय रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण। उद्दाम भाव पिशुना मलवल गुहासा व्रीडावलोकनिहतो मदनोऽपि आसां सम्मुह्य चापमजहात् प्रमदोत्तमास्ता यस्येन्द्रियं विमथितुं कुहकैर्न शेकुः. Shri Suta Goswami is speaking to Shaunak Adi rishis. Although the queen's beautiful smiles, furtive glances were all spotless and exciting, and although they could conquer Cupid himself by making him give up his bow in frustration, and although even the tolerant Lord Shiva could fall victim to them, still, despite all their magical feats and attractions, they could not agitate the senses of the Supreme Lord, Shri Krishna. Shri Krishna Bhagwan ki jai. Lord Shiva ki jai. Bhavadvidha Bhagavata Stirtha Bhuta Swayam Vibho Tirthi Kurvanti Tirthani Swantha Sthena Gadādhara. Maharaj Yudhishthir is speaking to Shri Vidurji. My dear Vidurji, respectfully, my Lord, devotees like your good self are verily holy places personified. Because you carry the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Gadādhara, Gadādhara Krishna, within your heart, you turn all places into places of pilgrimage. Tulyamana lavenapi naswargam na punarbhavam bhagavat sangi sangasya martyanam kim utashishaha. Shaunak Adi rishis are saying to their Gurudev, Shri Suta Goswami, the value of a moment's association with the devotee of Lord Krishna cannot even be compared to the attainment of heavenly planets or liberation from matter. And what to speak of worldly benedictions in the form of material prosperity, which are for those who are meant for death. Tiraskrita vipralabdhaha shaptaha kshiptaha api nasya tat pratikurvanti tadbhaktaha prabhavopihi. Shri Shamik Rishi said this to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna Chandra. The devotees like Shri Parikshit Maharaj, the devotees of Lord Krishna like Parikshit Maharaj, are so forbearing that even though they are defamed, cheated, cursed, disturbed, neglected, or even killed, they are never inclined to avenge themselves. Nasyatat pratikurvanti. Punascha bhuyad bhagavat anante rati prasangascha tad ashrayeshu mahatsuyam yam upayami shrishtim maitrastu sarvatra namo dvijebhyah. Maharaj Parikshit is speaking to all the assembled sages on the banks of Ganga, again offering obeisances unto all of you Brahmanas. I pray that if I should again take my birth in the material world, I will have complete attachment to the unlimited Lord Krishna, Bhagavat Anante, association of his devotees, and friendly relations with all living beings. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. We'll continue from verse number 30. Eta param stritvam apastapeshalam nirasta shaucham bhatasadhu kurvate yasam grihat pushkaralochana patir najat apayat ritibhir ridhi sprishan. translations and purports by our most revered and beloved founder Acharya, Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupad, Paramhamsa Parivrajaka Ashtottara Shata Shri Śrīmad Abhay Charana Arvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada. Translation. All these women auspiciously glorified their lives despite their being without individuality and without purity. Their husband, the lotus-eyed personality of Godhead, never left them alone at home. He always pleased their hearts by making valuable presentations. Who is speaking? Krishna's devotees in Hastinapur. The ladies of Hastinapur, they are speaking. Who are they speaking about? They are speaking about Krishna's queens in Dwarka. The ladies of Hastinapur are glorifying Krishna's wives, Krishna's queens in Dwarka. They are saying that all these women like Shri Rukmini Devi, Shri Satyabhama Devi, Shri Jambavati, Shri Kalindi and others, all these women auspiciously glorified their lives despite their being without individuality and without purity. Now specifically, they are referring not to the principal 8 queens of Krishna in Dwarka, but they are referring specifically here to the 16,100 princesses, young girls who had been abducted and held captive by Bhaumasur, also known as Narakasur, who was Krishna's own son. Who can explain how Bhaumasur was Krishna's own son? Raise your hand, please. Yes, Parima Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. He was actually Bhudevi and Varadev's son during the
Jai
Vara.
Ho. Jai Ho. And among Krishna's, very good, among Krishna's wives in Dwarka, who is Bhudevi? Who is the Bhusha?
Bhudevi is Satyabhama.
Yes. And therefore, when Krishna went to kill Bhaumasur, who did he take with him on Garuda?
Yes, he took Satyabhama with him. Yes.
The mother.
Yes, the mother.
Hare Krishna. All these women, very good Parima, thank you. All these women auspiciously glorified their lives despite their being without individuality and without purity. They're referring to the women abducted by Bhaumasur. 16,100 beautiful young girls who had been abducted. Their husband, the lotus-eyed personality of Godhead, Pushkara Lochana Pati. Krishna is called Pushkara Lochana. Pushkara means lotus. Lochana means eyes. Pushkara Lochana Pati. Their husband, the lotus-eyed Lord, Arvindaksha, Kamalanayan, Padmalochan Krishna, never left them alone at home. See, Krishna was an ideal husband. Never left them alone at home. He always pleased their hearts by making valuable presentations. Riddhi Sprishan. Krishna touched their hearts, always gave pleasure to them. That is Krishna's nature. Krishna likes to please his devotees. So although these women were in a way very unfortunate that they had been abducted and held captive by a demon like Bhaumasur, Krishna made their lives glorious, all auspicious, by accepting them as his wives. And it's not that after marrying them, Krishna had the attitude that, listen, girls, you come from very unfortunate background. You are very unfortunate. You have been touched by another man. So I will not treat you well. I will stay only with my principal 8 queens, and you are all dasis. You are all my servants. I will ill-treat you, or I will not give you respect as much as I give Shri Rukmini Devi or Satyabhama Devi. No, not like that. Krishna has the best character In fact, the sadhus have good character because they are devotees of Krishna. Because devotees take shelter of God, they develop godly qualities. All good qualities come from Krishna. Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavat akinchana. Sarva guna samasite suraha. The suras, all the demigods, why do they have all good qualities? Because they are devotees of Krishna. And all the godly qualities manifest in a person who is devoted to Krishna. Krishna is the abode of all good qualities. Krishna is all pure. Param Brahma, Param Dham, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavan. Krishna is Pavitra. All the Pavitra qualities, all the good qualities, auspicious qualities are there in Krishna. And the devotees of Krishna also receive those qualities because of their connection with Krishna. So Krishna is such high characters. Krishna is so pure. Shila, the word used in our script is Shila. Krishna is so Shila. His character is the best. When Shri Ram in Ramayana, he was in a very helpless situation where Shri Sita Devi had been abducted by Ravan, and Jatayu offered his very life to help Shri Sita Devi. And then he helped Shri Ram and Lakshman by telling them which direction Ravan had gone with Sita. Such a service, invaluable service Jatayu performed. When Jatayu was departing, he was leaving his body, he was dying. Lord Ramchandra not only performed the Antyeshti Kriya, the funeral rites for Jatayu himself, along with his younger brother, Sri Lakshman, but Sri Ram displayed the depth and the greatness and the richness of his transcendental character by saying that I am not feeling, I did not feel as much pain as I'm feeling now, my dear Jatayuji. The amount of pain I'm feeling now as you are leaving your body is much more than the pain I felt when I received the news of my father's, Maharaj Dashrath's death. This is called Sheel. And it is not that Sri Ram was lying. He is Sat Chit Ananda. He can never speak Asat. He can never speak false. Satchidananda. He is eternal, full of knowledge, full of bliss. He can never speak anything that is lie. Satyam Param Dhimahi. First verse of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. Krishna is Param Satya, absolute truth. Satyam Param. He will never speak Asatya. Never speak Mirsha. And Sri Ram is saying, I am feeling more sorrow, more pain, seeing the departure of Jatayu than I felt when I received the news of my father, Maharaj Dashrath's death. This is called Sheel. And then Sri Ram made a request to Jatayu that, hey Jatayu, when you go to the spiritual world, you will meet my father Dashrath. Please do me one favor. Please do not tell Maharaj Dashrath that his daughter-in-law, Shri Sita Devi, has been abducted. It will give a lot of pain. See the bhav of Shri Ram. Very soon I will rescue Sita. So please don't tell Dashrath Maharaj that I failed to protect Sita. This is called Sheel. He's thinking about the feelings of Maharaj Dashrath. He's thinking about the sacrifice and devotion of Jatayu. Both are devotees in Vatsalya Bhav. And see. When Krishna, during the marriage of Rukmini, during the attempted marriage of Shri Rukmini Devi to the wicked and cruel and envious Shishupal, Shri Krishna came there and responding to the loving prayers and pleas of Shri Rukmini Devi, Shri Krishna came and lovingly took Shri Rukmini Devi with him as his wife. And Krishna single-handedly fought and defeated many Kshatriyas who challenged and attacked him. Of course, Shri Balramji was there with the Yadu army to support Krishna. And then Balramji took over with the army. But when Krishna spoke to Shri Rukmini Devi, Krishna told Rukmini that this success, this victory we have achieved because of the valor and power and greatness of your army. This is your army. Abhi tak shaadi bhi nahi hui hai. They are not even married. But look at Krishna, his character. He's not saying that I did it or this is my army. No. This victory has been achieved. The enemies, the opposition has been defeated by your army. This is Krishna. This is Sheel. Krishna gave as much respect to his 16,100 wives who were previously abducted by Bhaumasur. They were abducted by their own son, in one sense. Because Bhaumasur is Krishna's son. So there was nothing, in that sense, there was nothing abominable about it. A son can touch the mother. Krishna rescued them and treated them with the utmost dignity, honor, and respect. Each of the 16,108 queens had a palace of their own set of servants. It's not that just Krishna gave them a palace and servants and comforts, luxuries, amenities, utilities, and he was himself not there. Now imagine, even if Krishna spends one day with one queen, there are 16,108 queens. So every queen will get their turn after 16,108 days, which is many, many years. But Krishna is not like that. Krishna expanded himself into 16,108 Krishnas, and he lived with them simultaneously, giving them all love and respect. And he never left them. Haribol. Not that he expanded himself and there was one Krishna with every wife, but then he's so busy. He has to work 9 to 5 because such a big kingdom he has to manage. He's very busy. Our husband is very busy. Yeah, he's Ambani and he's Elon Musk or Zuckerberg. And yeah, he's very rich, but he's very busy. He has to travel for business and he has to work overtime. And then we have our vacations also. 3 weeks of vacations. No, Krishna is not like that. Every moment is a vacation with Krishna. Every moment. It's clearly said. He always pleased their hearts by making valuable presentation and never left them alone at home. Who can do that? Which husband can do that? To one wife. 16,108. Bhagavan. This is Krishna. Ishvara Parama Krishna. Satchidananda Vigraha. Srila Radha Govinda Goswami Maharaj in his Katha tells a story. He was in Houston and there was an Arya Samaji couple who came, Punjabi couple. After the Katha, they were all sitting and honoring Prasad. They were doing Prasad Seva. And the lady, she challenged Srila Radha Govinda Goswami Maharaj. ये किशन ने 16,000 पत्नियां क्यों रखे? Why this Krishna kept 16,000 wives in Dwarka? वो भगवान है ना, एक पत्नी रखनी चाहिए, 16,000 की क्या जरूरत है? कितना गलत है ये? So she was blaming and finding faults with Krishna. So Srila Radha Govind Maharaj also got upset. Srila Narottam Das Thakur says that sometimes anger has to be utilized even by sadhus. But anger is directed towards Bhagavad Dveshi Jana. The Dveshis, the envious people who are envious of Krishna and Krishna's devotees, anger can be directed towards them sometimes. So anger is not always bad. Was Arjun angry at the Kurus? Can you fight without anger? Can you fight like this? No. Kshatriya on the battlefield, they have to fight with anger, with vigor. Was Bhim angry? Yes. Whenever Bhim fought, he fought with anger and vigor. Was Hanumanji angry in Lanka? Yes. So anger can be used. Did Prabhupada sometimes get angry? Yes. At the atheistic people, scientists who were misleading the civilization, the leaders who were atheistic, Prabhupada got angry. He got angry with the Mayavadis who denied Krishna's pure, eternal, sweet existence and Leela and Nam. Prabhupada got angry. Bhagavad Dveshi Jana. You can direct your anger towards the Bhagavad Dveshi Jana, towards the philosophy of the Bhagavad Dveshi Jana. So that is okay. Has to be done expertly under the guidance of senior devotees. Not that we just remain angry all the time, because in Kali Yuga, there are Bhagavad Dveshi Janas everywhere. And the anger is not towards the Jana, but towards the Dvesh, towards the envy that they have. We love everyone, but we fight against the disease that the people have. Like a doctor. If someone has got E. coli, UTI, urine infection, the doctor doesn't love E. coli. The doctor will kill the E. coli by giving antibiotic. If someone has tuberculosis in the lungs, it is caused by a bacteria, Mycobacterium, particular type of bacteria. So the physician who is treating that pneumonia infection, the tuberculosis infection in the lung, he doesn't love the mycobacteria necessarily, because that's the disease. He will give antibiotics to kill and eradicate that bacteria from the lungs. But the doctor loves the patient. The doctor cares for the patient. He fights against the disease, but cares for the patient. Similarly, a Vaishnava fights against the disease of envy towards Krishna and Krishna's devotees, but loves the person, cares for the person, wishes well for the person who has that disease of envy in the heart, Hridrog. Shri Narad Muni wanted to see how Krishna could satisfy 16,108 wives. So going back to Srila Radha Govind Maharaj, he told that Arya Samaji couple, because in Arya Samaj they do not believe in Shri Vigraha Seva. They do not believe in deity worship. They claim to follow Sanatan Dharma. They claim to follow the Vedic teachings, but they reject Sanatan Dharma. They reject deity worship. But deity worship is an integral part of Vaishnavism, of the Vedic culture. There are so many examples in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam of deity worship. Dhruv Maharaj worshipped deity on the banks of Yamuna as part of his sadhana. Maharaj Ambarish very perfectly worshipped the deity. Prithu Maharaj worshipped. There are so many examples. In Chaitanya Charitamrita also so many examples are there of deity worship. Shri Narsimhananda Brahmachari worshipped a deity of Lord Narsimhadev, Lord Jagannath. Shri Gadādhara Pandit worshipped the deity of Tota Gopinath. Govinda Ghosh worshipped the deity of Gopinath. Raghunandan Thakur worshipped the deity of Gopinath. So there are so many examples. Gauridas Pandit worshipped the deity of Gaur Nitai. Srimati Vishnupriya Devi worshipped the deity of Mahaprabhu. So deity worship is everywhere. The traveling Brahmana who came to the house of Shri Jagannath Mishra and Shri Shachi Mata when Nimai was a child, he carried Gopal around his neck, Kanthi Gopal and Shaligram Shila. Shri Advaita Acharya worshipped Shaligram Shila with Ganga water and Tulsi Jal. So how can they reject deity worship? That is their foolishness, ignorance, avidya. So they are Hari Aparadhi. They are Krishna Aparadhi. Because Krishna incarnates as the deity. And by not having faith in the deity, they are committing an aparadh against Krishna. So Srila Radha Govind Maharaj got angry. Krodh at Bhagavad Dveshi Jana. And he chastised that lady by saying that, आपको क्या परेशानी है? आपके बहन या बेटी को उठा के लेके थे क्या भगवान? आपको क्या परेशानी है कि 2-4 पत्नियों के लिए आप भेजते थे भोजन? Do you have to feed Krishna's wives? Or did Krishna take your sister or your daughter away? What is your problem? 16,108 queens are happily living in Dwarka with Shri Krishna. They don't have any problem. Shri Shukdev Goswami is narrating this pastime in Śrīmad. He doesn't have any problem. Parikshit Maharaj is listening to this pastime. He doesn't have any problem. Shri Narad Muni doesn't have a problem. Why you have a problem? Because you are envious. Like that. Shri Narad Muni wanted to see how Krishna is keeping 16,108 wives completely satisfied. So he goes to Dwarka. First he goes to the palace of Shri Rukmini Devi. He sees how Shri Rukmini and Krishna are engaged very nicely. He goes to the palace of Shri Satyabhama Devi, sees how Satyabhama and Krishna are engaged very nicely. Now there are 16,108 palaces. In every palace, Krishna is living with his individual queen in an individual form. And there are 10 sons and 1 daughter from each wife. So it's not that just Krishna is giving a palace. No. It's not just Krishna is giving palace and money. No. It's not that Krishna is giving each wife just palace, money, furniture, food, roti, kapda, makan. No. It's not that Krishna is just giving himself all the time. That is enough. But Krishna is doing more than that. Krishna is giving them the sukh, the anand of having children also. Because a woman, it's natural for a woman to desire to have children from her husband. So even that sukh Krishna gave abundantly to all his wives, to all the queens. They all had 11 children. And nobody had any complication of labor. Nothing. Everything very nice. Bliss. So as soon as Narad Muni enters the palace of Rukmini and Krishna, immediately Krishna and Rukmini get up and they offer obeisances to Narad Muni. And Narad Muni is embarrassed that this is Bhagavan Krishna. I have come to take his darshan. Why he is offering obeisances to me? So in his heart, Krishna tells that this is the rule. When I see you outside in the sabha, I will offer obeisances because you are sadhu and I am a kshatriya. This is the lok vyavhar. This is lok vyavhar. This is to instruct the people in general. But when I am in private with you, you can offer me obeisances. No problem. You see? When Shripad Narad Muni went to visit Srimati Radharani, after Srimati Radharani appeared in this world, in Raval Dham, what did Shripad Narad Muni tell Shri Brishabhanu Maharaj and Shri Kirtida Devi? That you please wait outside. Let me close the door and have darshan of your daughter alone. So Shri Ram, Brishabhanu Maharaj, Kirtida Devi, they were all waiting outside. And Shripad Narad Muni alone went inside. And he offered his full Sashtanga Dandavat Pranam to Srimati Radharani. Narad Muni, Munindra Vrindavandite Triloka Shoka Harini, Prasadna Vaktra Pankaje, Nikunja Bhu Vilasini, Vrajendra Bhanu Nandini, Vrajendra Sonu Sangate, Kada Karishya Sihamam, Kripa Kataksha, Bhajanam. Vrajeshwari Vrajadipe, Shri Radhike Namostute. Private, Shri Narad Muni. Hare Krishna. So Krishna had told Narad Muni that when we are just two of us in private, you can offer obeisances to me and I will bless you. Because you are Das, I am Bhagavan. But when I come to do Naravat Leela, Naravat Leela, Vat means as if, like. Naravat, human-like activity. Avajananti ma mudha manusham tanumashrit. He is doing Leela. I want to establish the ideal behavior of a person within the Varnashram system. People will follow my path. Mama vartamanu vartante manushya partha sarvasham. People follow Krishna in all ways. So therefore, for Loka Kalyan, for the benefit of everyone, Krishna is demonstrating what is the ideal behavior of a grihastha, a sadgrihastha. What does a sadgrihastha do? When a sadhu walks in, immediately goes down on the floor offering obeisances. Immediately the head should hit the ground when you see a sadhu. That is the culture. Because I am a grihastha. I am living in the comfort and luxury of the home. But here is a Virakta Mahapurush who has given up the pleasures of family life, the comforts of family life, and is completely Narayana Parayana. Very rare. Such souls are very rare. I offer my obeisances. To teach this, Krishna offered obeisances. Oh, Shripad Narad Muni, Aho Bhagyam, you have come. Swagatam, please come, please sit. Immediately, Krishna is washing the feet of Shripad Narad Muni, offering Aarti, and Shri Rukmini Devi takes a chamar and starts fanning. Shri Narad Muni. When did you come? Oh, I just came now to Dwarka. Oh, welcome. Immediately, the Rukmini Devi is cooking something and nice prasad is offered to Shripad Narad Muni. Worship is offered, Aarti is offered, sweet words are offered. Krishna is sitting at the feet of Narad Muni. Narad Muni is overwhelmed with this reception, hospitality, and culture. His heart overwhelmed with love and emotion. He takes permission from Rukmini and Krishna. I take your leave. Hare Krishna. Shripad Narad Muni goes to the next palace, the palace of Satyabhama. There Krishna is sitting with Satyabhama. As soon as Narad Muni enters, again Krishna gets, oh, Narad Muni, please come, welcome. When did you come? When did you come? Same question he had asked 5 minutes ago. When did you come? As if Krishna doesn't know. Just now Narad Muni said, I just came. The same Krishna. But as if Each Krishna is individual. Not like Saubhari Muni, how Saubhari Muni expanded himself into 50 forms. Each form is doing more or less the same thing. It's like the television screen. Multiple television screens. Same thing is happening. Krishna is not like that. Each expansion is individual. Krishna expanded himself into the cowherd boys, into the calves during the Brahma Vimohan Leela. Even the parents could not detect. Even if there was stain on the dhoti of one cowherd boy, there was some crumbs of prasad stuck on the face of one cowherd boy. The hair was in a particular way disheveled, one cowherd, because of playing. When Krishna expanded, it was exactly like that. Exactly like that. Whatever jokes a particular Gopal liked to crack, the same. All the calves were exactly same. They looked the same, they smelled the same, they behaved the same. Exactly. No difficulty for Krishna. So every Krishna in every palace is individual. Oh, when did you come? Please come. Satyabhama is taking chamar now. Narad Muni keeps going from palace to palace. In some palace, Krishna is sitting. He's doing his Sandhya Vandan. He's doing his meditation, meditating on himself as Bhagavan. But teaching us that we have to do dhyan, we have to do japa, we have to do puja, seva. Goes to another palace. Now Krishna is engaged in doing some charity to the Brahmanas, giving gold, giving cows, nicely decorated cows. Yesterday was Gopashtami in Shri Vrindavan Dham. So Krishna is like that. Go Brahmanya Devaya. Goes to next palace. Krishna is sitting with some family members and discussing who should our son get married to, marriage proposal, marriage planning. Another palace is sitting with some friends and discussing some politics, some administrative things. He goes to another, and there actually a Vivaha ceremony is taking place. And he's doing Kanyadan, or he's getting his son married. That ceremony is going on. In some other house, there is the Upanayan Samskar going on for one of his sons. 10 sons, different age. Somebody at a particular age, 5 years, 7 years, they have to undergo the sacred thread ceremony. So that ceremony is going on. And as a father, Krishna is organizing everything, sitting there. Panditji is there. Different houses, different things are going on. In some house, he is doing Atithi Seva. In some houses, he's just sitting and lovingly talking to his wife. Krishna goes to another palace and Krishna is teaching his sons Dhanur Vidya, how to fight with the bow and arrow. Krishna is teaching his sons. Narad Muni is seeing this. And every time, hey, Narad Muni, welcome. When did you come? When did you come? Aho Bhagyam, Swagatam, please come. Everywhere, individual. That is Krishna's opulence. So beautiful, so wonderful. Our Krishna is. Similarly, in all the Vaikuntha planets, Krishna is like that. And even in Golok Vrindavan, like that. Somebody wants to worship Krishna as a child, somebody. And the beauty is, Krishna is so sheel. His character is so perfect, so magnanimous. Udara Charitam. That Krishna gives this Shakti, this power to his devotees also. Hari Bol. Now think about this. In one house, there is a Upanayan Samskar going on for his child, where the child is receiving the Gayatri Mantra, getting the Brahmin thread. Do you think the child's grandparents will be present there? Vasudeva Maharaj and Devaki will be present? Yes or no? Yes. When there is a Upanayan Samskar, even in our life, for our children, do the grandparents attend? Yes, not only grandparents, Kaka, Kaku, Mama, Mami, all the relatives, everybody comes. Cousins come, friends come. So Vasudeva and Devaki are present. Grandparents are present. In another palace at the same time, there is a marriage going on. Marriage ceremony going on. Will the grandparents be present? Will Vasudeva and Devaki be present in that palace? Yes. Shripad Narad Muni saw. Vasudeva and Devaki are present in many palaces at the same time. Krishna gives this Shakti to his pure devotees, his Nitya Siddha devotees also to expand themselves. Hari Bol. So Vasudeva and Devaki are in their palace and they are in Krishna's palace and other palace at the same time. Hari Bol. Look at Krishna. So therefore in Gaur Lila also we see Arjuniya Gopi, Pandav Arjun, they are all there as Shri Raya Ramananda. Shivali Haridas Thakur, Prahlad ji is there, Brahma ji is there, the other Brahman Putra is there who was cursed by his father to be a low class mlecha because he had offered a tulsi leaf without washing, offered it to Lord Vishnu without washing. So all these three personalities are present in Shri Haridas Thakur. How is it possible? Gadadhar Pandit is Radharani, Das Gadadhar is Radharani's effulgence, and Swarup Damodar Goswami also is Radharani. He's Lalita Sakhi, but Radharani also. Both are there in Swarup Damodar Goswami. How is that possible? Radharani is come, and then Radharani is also there in Mahaprabhu's heart. How is that possible? Yes, it is possible. Of course, Radharani is non-different from Krishna. Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikritir Alhadini Shaktir Asmad Ekatmana. Radha Krishna Ekatma Dui Dehadhari. But even for a Jiva, it is possible. Now, Gaur Lila is taking place in many universes. Correct? That means Shashi Mata is simultaneously present in many universes. And she is present in Shetadvip, Navadvip also in Golok Vrindavan. You see. It's not that when Krishna appears here, then Golok Vrindavan is empty. No, that Nitya Lila is going on Nitya. Plus Prakat Lila is going on in the material world. Bhauma Lila is also going on. Krishna expands, all his Nitya Siddha associates also can expand based on the need. And when this Krishna wants to go to the Sudharma assembly hall to be with Ugrasen Maharaj and Uddhav and Satyaki, all these 1608 Krishnas, they can become one and go there. So this is inconceivable Krishna. Krishna is inconceivable Achintya, and Krishna can give Achintya Shakti to his pure devotees also to expand themselves. Like that. So this is very, very difficult to understand in our conditioned state. All we can do is offer obeisances to Krishna and Krishna's Leela. Jai Ho. All we can say is Jai Ho Krishna. Very beautiful. Purport. The devotees of Lord Krishna are purified souls. There is a difference between conditioned soul and devotees. Devotees are purified souls. As soon as the devotees surrender unto the lotus feet of the Lord sincerely, the Lord accepts them, and thus the devotees at once become free from all material contaminations. So how do we become free from material contaminations? By surrendering at the lotus feet of Krishna sincerely. Let us read Prabhupada's words. As soon as the devotees surrender unto the lotus feet of Lord sincerely, Lord accepts them. And thus the devotees become at once free from all material contaminations. This is called Sharanagati. Surrendering sincerely, Sharanagati. There is no bodily disqualification of a devotee. Aho batasva pajato gariyan yahajjivaragre vartate namatubhya. There is no material qualification, disqualification. Anybody can become a devotee. Krishna Bhakti is available for everyone. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, there are Muslims who became devotees. There are atheists who became devotees. There are Mayavadis who became devotees. There are Brahmanas who became devotees. There are Kshatriyas who became devotees. There are dogs who became devotees. There are tigers and elephants who became devotees in Jharkhand forest. So there is no limitation, no disqualification. Everybody has hope. Everybody has chance of perfection. This is Bhakti Marg. But this is not so for other margs. Look at the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Dhyan Marg. First qualification is Brahmacharya. So we are disqualified. Except Amrit Karan Prabhu, we are all disqualified. For Dhyan Marg, you have to have Akhand Brahmacharya. Vairagya.
You are very elevated. I am fallen. Please excuse me.
Hare Krishna.
You are so elevated. And you all the devotees. I need your blessings now.
Hare Krishna. May the blessings of Guru Gauranga Gopinath be on you, Prabhuji. Always protect you from Maya. Always protect you from Maya. You have to beware of 3 doshas, 3 types of contaminations. Sthan dosh, Anya dosh, Sangha dosh. Sthan dosh. Are we living in a pure place like Shri Vrindavan Dham? I don't feel like leaving and coming back. ऐसी कृपा करो श्री राधे दीजो वृंदावन को वास. Don't feel like coming back to Atlanta. Such a wonderful place Shri Vrindavan Dham is. Such a wonderful place. There can be no place like Shri Vrindavan Dham. Impossible. There is no place like Vrindavan Dham. Even the Dudwala, the rickshawala, they say Radhe Radhe. They come and give doodh, and instinctively my Atlanta brain, conditioned, materialistic person like me, thank you Prabhuji. अरे राधे राधे बोलो, thank you क्या है? राधे राधे बोलो. दूध वाला. Is it possible in Atlanta you go to Whole Foods and they're saying Radhe Radhe? Or Walmart? Or... There is no place like Vrindavan Dham. There is no place like Vrindavan Dham. So many great advanced devotees in every lane. In every house there is Krishna worship. Everybody is a devotee. So much bhajan is going on. Such vibrations. So many Bhagavad Kathas are going on at any time. In our temple. Morning Bhagavatam class, Bhagavad Gita class. And there are so many classes going on. So many advanced devotees are living in one place. If one advanced devotee comes to Atlanta, it's a festival. Oh, His Holiness Indrano Swami Maharaj is in Atlanta. Festival, flyers and WhatsApp messages and planning, classes, everything is being arranged. Shripad Bhurijan Maharaj has come to Atlanta. Hey, it's a festival. Arrange festivals. Come on, let's have programs, schedule. His Holiness Sachinandan Swami Maharaj is in Atlanta. Festival. His Holiness Bibi Govind Maharaj is in Atlanta. Festival. Aure, chalo, arrange karo. Programs arrange karo. Sadhu Sang. They're all here in Vrindavan. Shri Shankar Shandas Adhikari Maharaj is here. Chila Radha Govinda Maharaj is here. Srila Jayapataka Swami Maharaj was here. You name it. So many Mahabhagavats, so many pure devotees simultaneously in one place. Aho Bhagyam. Aho Bhagyam. There is no place like Vrindavan. No place like Vrindavan. And even outside ISKCON, so many Gaudiya Vaishnavas are there. And so many Vaishnavas from the Shri Sampradaya and Nimbarka Sampradaya and Shripad Vallabhacharya Sampradaya and the Brijvasis who Shri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says have a natural attraction for Krishna, and Krishna has natural attraction for the Brijvasis. They are there. So many devotees in one place, so many Leela Sthalis. There is Radha Kund here, my dear friends. Can there be Radha Kund in Atlanta? No. We can bring some water. But Radha Kund, where there is the Samadhi of Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. So much bhajan Srila Das Goswami has done. There is the kutir where Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami wrote Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Hari Bol, there is Janava Baitak, there is Mahaprabhu Baitak at Radha Kund, there is Sham Kund. The Pancha Pandav tree is there on the banks of Sham Kund. How is it possible to replicate this anywhere else? This is the place, my dear friends. Shri Vrindavan Dham. Radha Kund, Sham Kund are there. Govardhan is there. Shri Giriraj Govardhan is here. With all Kusum Sarovar, Uddhav Kund, Narad Kund, everything is here, my dear friends. In Vrindavan. There is Barsana here. Haribol. There is Nandagaon here in Vraj Mandal. All the 12 forests are there. Shri Yamuna Rani is here. This is not there anywhere else. There is no place like Shri Vrindavan Dham. There can never be. There never was. It is not possible. Vrindavan is Vrindavan, my dear. It's an illusion to think that there is Vrindavan anywhere else. No. There is no place like Shri Vrindavan Dham in India. In India. My Guru Maharaj was told that Govardhan Eco Village is not different from Vrindavan. Maharaj said, no, this is not Vrindavan. This is a place where we come to remember Shri Vrindavan Dham and we cry in separation from Vrindavan Dham. That is G, where we cry in separation from Vrindavan Dham. Because Dham is not just a structure. Dham is a place where every molecule of the soil has been touched by the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna, and the Ashtasakis, and the Ashtamanjaris, and the cows, and the Gopas, and the Gopis, where Ras Leela takes place. That is Vrindavan. Of course, Vrindavan is there in the heart of a pure devotee. Tomar hriday sada Govinda Vishrama. In the heart of a pure devotee, Krishna is fully manifested. And Vrindavanam parityaja padam ekam na gacchati. Krishna never leaves Vrindavan. Krishna is in the heart of a pure devotee, so Vrindavan is also there in the heart of a pure devotee. Yes. But we cannot perceive that because we are not pure. We don't have that drishti, that vision. So we have to come to Shri Vrindavan Dham here in India and see the Dham through the revealer of the Dham, Srila Prabhupada. He is the revealer of the Dham. The sadhus are the revealers of the Dham. You have to hear from the sadhus. Tirthi kurvanti tirthani. We were reading that verse. The sadhus, we have to hear from them, associate with them, serve them. That is real Dhamvas. Serve the Brijvasis. Do Brijvasi Seva. Sripad Ayendar Prabhu would sometimes come out of the Krishna Balram Mandir to buy some things for his Nitai Shachi Sut. And sometimes some Brijvasis would ask him for help. I have to get my daughter married. I have to pay some medical bills. I need money for repairing my house. They would come to Sripad Ayendar Prabhu and ask him for financial help. Brijvasis. And Sripad Ayendar Prabhu would give whatever little money he had through donations of well-wishers and supporters he had. He would give them some money according to his capacity. And the Brahmachari boys who were accompanying Sripad Ayendar Prabhu, they would warn Sripad Ayendar Prabhu that, Prabhu, these people are they're taking all this money from you. In a sense, they are cheating you. They may not have a daughter to get married off. They may not have repairs to do in the house. How do we know? Don't just keep giving them, because they would come again and again for more and more and more. And Sripad Ayendar Prabhu would say, that's okay. Radha Shyam Sundar know my mood. We have to do some Brijvasi Seva also. We cannot just live in Vrindavan. Even Srila Radha Govinda Maharaj always emphasizes serving the Brijvasis. In his humility, even though he is a Pakka Brijvasi, in his humility he says, nahi, hum to Vrindavan mein vaas karte hai, hum Vrindavan vasi nahi hai. Ye to Brijvasi log hai. Inki seva karni chahiye. That is his mood. My Guru Maharaj, Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj, he was also going through Vrindavan. And a beggar knocked on the door, on the window. And Maharaj told the driver that, give something to this beggar. And the person who was the devotee who was driving, he did not want to give. He himself told this one day. He did not want to give. So, but he didn't want to tell that to Maharaj, that I don't want to give the beggar. So he pretended to fumble. Is there something? He was looking around, just biding time until it was time to go. Yes, Maharaj, 1 second. And then started driving off. Maharaj became very stern. Maharaj told him, always keep something in the car to give to the beggar, some prasad, something. to give them. They should not have to go away empty-handed. Always keep something in the car. Then Maharaj said something very stern, but I don't want to say that in a public forum. But yes, Maharaj emphasized that we should give. We should give. Brijvasi Seva is required. We may think that they are beggars. Actually, they are not beggars. We are beggars. They are Dhamvasis. They are sitting in Dham and they are doing Radhe, 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 Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham. They are sitting at the doorstep of Radharani. Isn't it? They are sitting at the doorstep of Radharani. And we are outside. We are living outside the Mahal of Radharani. And we are thinking they are beggars. We are beggars. We are beggars. We are Prem Bhikari. We are beggars. They are not beggars. They are in the Dham. They are going to live in the soil of this Dham. And they are going to leave their body in the Dham. And they are chanting Radhe, 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 Radhe. They are completely dependent on the mercy of Radhe Sham. They will get Krishna. They have already got Krishna. We have not. So who is rich and who is poor? We have all this material wealth, rupees and dollars. But we have to leave it behind and go. Ultimately, what will matter is how much Naam we have chanted, how much shelter we have taken. They have taken shelter. They can go to some other place, but they have taken shelter of the Dham, the holy Dham. And they're sitting in Vrajraj and doing Radhe Radhe all day. Completely dependent on the way Radha Sham Sundar maintain them. Very exalted platform. We are beggars. So Brijvasi Seva is required. Dham Seva is required. We should not throw plastic bags on the Dham. The cows will eat it and they may die. And it will become a very big aparad. So we have to be very careful. We have to keep the Dham clean. And serve the Dham. Do some Seva in the Dham. Serving prasad to the Brijvasis. Feeding them. Doing some Sohani Seva. Some sweeping service. You can clean Srila Prabhupada's quarters. But do some service. Some service has to be done. Or we can give money to fund some repair work, some cleaning work, some developmental work in the Dham. That is Dham Seva. And Dham Vasi Seva also we have to do. That is the way to make spiritual advancement. No bodily disqualification of a devotee. We should not think that somebody is a beggar, somebody is a handicap, has a disease. No. That is Narak Buddhi, Srila Rupa Goswami says. No disqualification of a devotee. Just as there is no qualitative difference, now listen carefully. Just like there is no qualitative difference between Ganga water and the filthy drain water when they are amalgamated. So Ganga water is Krishna Charanamrita. It is pure, emanating from the lotus feet of Lord Vamanadev. Padanakha Neera Janita Jana Pavana Keshava Dhrita Vamana Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Padanakha Neera. It is water emanating from the lotus toenail of Shri Vamanadev. It's Charanamrita. It has washed the lotus feet of Shri Vamanadev. Ganga Jal. Very pure. But if there is some drain water that get mixed, amalgamated in the Ganga water, when you go down the river, there is no difference. The drain water also has become Ganga Jal now. And the sadhus will take it on their head and do achaman with it. Correct? They will bathe in that water. Similarly, externally there may be some defects in a devotee, but a devotee who is Narayana Parayana, who is Bhagavad Ashrit, completely surrendered to Krishna, that person becomes pure. There is no bodily disqualification of a devotee, just as there is no qualitative difference between the Ganga water and the drain water, sewage water when they are amalgamated. Further down in the purport, Srila Prabhupada ji writes, by engagement in the service of Lord Krishna, the designative disqualifications are removed. And as pure souls, they become eligible to enter into the kingdom of God. By engagement in the service of Krishna, the designative disqualifications are removed. And as pure souls, they become eligible to enter into the kingdom of God. By performing devotional service, by serving Krishna, we become pure. When Bhishma Dev was speaking to Maharaj Yudhishthir from his bed of arrows, Krishna was there with the Pandavas. So many sadhus, rishis had come. Our acharyas explain that the Mahabharata mentions Kudhe. Okay. I am ready. Hare Krishna. So, when Shri Bhishma Dev was instructing Maharaj Yudhishthir from his bed of arrows, Shri Draupadi Devi also was there. And at one point she smiled. Hare Krishna. So Bhishma Dev looked at Draupadi Devi and said that if there is some joke I am telling and somebody smiles, that is understandable. But here I am talking about dharma. I did not speak any joke. So when you smile, it may appear that you are making fun of me. So can you please explain the reason for your smile when I'm talking something so serious? So Sri Draupadi Devi replies to Shri Bhishma Dev that I was smiling because I was thinking that is this the same Bhishma Dev who is doing Dharma Upadesh now to Yudhishthir Maharaj, who is Dharmaraj? Same Bhishma Dev who is speaking about Dharma to Dharmaraj Yudhishthir. And the same Bhishma Dev, when I was screaming at the top of my lungs, begging you for help, asking you a question about the subtleties of Dharma in the Kuru Sabha when Dushasan was trying to disrobe me, you took a Maun Vrat. You did not speak. And now you are speaking on Dharma. When I asked you about Dharma, that I belong to the Pandavas, they are my husbands. So does Duryodhana and Dushasan have a claim on me? I asked you this question in the Kuru Sabha. Does Yudhishthir have a right to gamble off his wife, his Dharma Patni? I asked you this question in the Kuru Sabha. You kept silent. And now you are speaking about Dharma. So I'm smiling thinking, is this the same Bhishma there who was silent in the Kuru Sabha? Bhishma Dev looks down and says, this is there in Mahabharata. Bhishma Dev looks down and replies to Draupadi Devi that, hey Devi, you are not an ordinary woman. I know that. And your question, your sarcastic smile is correct and justified. Let me answer your question. Yes, I am the same Bhishma Dev. And I am not the same Bhishma Dev. Hare Krishna. Bhishma Dev replies, that Bhishma Dev who was sitting in the Kuru Sabha had eaten the food from the treasury of Duryodhana. And therefore, I lacked the purity to do Dharma Upadesh. But now for over 6 months, I am lying here on this bed of arrows. Every drop of blood in my body is gone. Every drop of blood that I had received by eating the food from the treasury of Duryodhana is now bled off. It is gone. It is drained. Now I don't have the blood that came from Duryodhana's money in my body. And therefore now I am qualified to do Dharma Upadesh. And that is why Krishna waited so many months before bringing Yudhishthir Maharaj to me. Now I am qualified to speak, he said, Shri Draupadi Devi. Because now the Duryodhans and Dushasan's Anna is not in my body. All that blood is drained. Now I'm speaking because Krishna has empowered me to speak. So now I have the right to speak. And when Bhishma Dev replies like this to Draupadi Devi, in Mahabharata, Bhishma Dev quotes a historical itihas story. Okay. Hare Krishna. Bhishma Dev narrates, and in that, in the Shanti Parva of Mahabharata, Bhishma Dev, in his narration to Yudhishthira Maharaj, he quotes many, many historical stories to substantiate the Siddhanta that he's speaking. And here Bhishma Dev narrates an ancient story of a sadhu rishi who had a yachak vritti. A yachak vritti is what? Like Shripad Madhavendra Puri. They are sadhus, but they don't do madhukari. Whatever comes of its own accord, they accept. He was living in the jungle doing madhukari, not doing madhukari, just depending on whatever comes, whatever Krishna sends, sadhu guru, just like that. Ayachak vritti. One day the king and the queen came to the forest to sport, on a hunting mission. So they came with their servants, soldiers, tent, all the facilities. They came and they were living, they camped in the jungle for a few days and they're enjoying hunting. Sometimes the Kshatriyas would do like that. And they were staying near the kutir of the sadhu who was just doing bhajan in the forest. And the queen saw him and she developed a desire that, we are sinful Kshatriyas, we are vishayi, we are sense gratifiers. I should serve this sadhu. So she begged permission from the king that let us serve this sadhu. The sadhu went, the king went to the sadhu, requested permission if they could serve him in some way and cook a meal. Sadhu said, I don't ask, but whatever comes naturally, maybe it is Krishna's desire, Krishna's plan that I should eat. Okay, I will accept. The queen herself cooked nice feast, puri, sabji, dal, sweets, gulab jam, everything. She herself cooked and she served because she wanted to do sadhu seva. That is our culture. She wanted to serve this Mahabhagavad. So she served this sadhu very nicely in golden plate. And the sadhu ate it, but after eating it, he noticed that while serving him, the queen had taken out her golden necklaces and everything and bangles, because while serving the sadhu, she didn't want all that to come in the way. So she had kept it and put it aside, and she was serving. The sadhu noticed that after eating the meal, when he wanted to take the golden plate with him, but he thought that it will be too much. So when nobody was looking, he did achaman after eating and he just reached and picked up one of the golden necklaces of the queen, tucked it under his chadar and left. And then he was thinking that I need to eat more. I need to eat more. I wish the king and the queen come and serve me more. And he was just walking around their camp so that the king and the queen will see them the next day also and invite the next day also. The king and the queen saw the sadhu again roaming around where they had camped. Out of respect, they went, offered obeisances. And the king was just going to say something. And the sadhu said, hey, you will not invite me today? The queen said, yes, we want to serve you. Now the queen had noticed that the sadhu had stolen the necklace. But she told the king, but the king said, don't say anything. Because he's a sadhu, and if we attack his character, then the entire population of our kingdom will lose faith in the sadhus. There must be some reason why he took that necklace. But don't say anything. He said, yes, we'll serve you again. Again he ate. Although he was completely ayachak, he never requested anybody for anything, but he ate again. That greed developed in him. And suddenly he realized that he's falling down. Now, 2 days he had eaten in a row, very opulent food. Normally, he would only eat fruits and roots naturally available in the forest and drink the water of the Ganga. That's all, nothing else. Fruits and roots. And now he's eating a hot meal, opulent meal in ghee. So it is a fall down. And in my chadar, I have tucked the golden necklace of the queen. with so many precious jewels studded in it. He immediately removed that necklace, held it up and said, I am a thief, I am a thief, I am a criminal, punish me. The king offered obeisance, and in front of all the soldiers, the king said, no, 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 Sadhu Mahatma, please don't say like this. This is your Leela. I only put that necklace in your jholi yesterday. Why are you saying like this? That you are not a thief, you are a Mahabhagavat. I only put that necklace. In front of everybody, the king said like this. But then took the sadhu aside in solitude, in presence of the queen, and asked the Sadhu Mahatma that yesterday you took the necklace, we noticed, and today you are returning it. What is this Leela, Sadhu Mahatma? Sadhu Mahatma said, this is not Leela. I was overcome by greed. Greed for eating opulent food, greed for gold. And I stole it yesterday, but now I'm repenting. Because of my bhajan bal, on the strength of my bhajan, I'm realizing my mistake. I'm feeling guilty, and therefore I owned up. And I wanted to prash it. Please punish me. I'm a thief. The king said, no, 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 don't speak like this. Offered obeisances. You're a sadhu. Don't speak like this. The sadhu said, no, but there is definitely some anna dosh. Please find out about the food. Was the food procured by some illegal means? Was the food funded by some illegal means? What happened? Please find out, investigate and tell me, because this is anna dosh. As soon as I ate the food, my mind became corrupt and selfish and greedy. The king investigated, and the king realized that just before coming on the hunting expedition, there was a raid in his kingdom, and a very popular, very famous, very big jeweler was arrested, and all his wealth was confiscated. Why? Because this jeweler, Bhishma Dev is telling this historical story. This jeweler had sold jewelry to a rich man because he wanted to get his daughter married. The daughter got married, went to her sasural, went to her in-laws' house, her husband's house, and there the in-laws, they realized that all the jewelry that she has brought with her is fake. It is gold plated, but it has got some other metal like iron inside. It's not gold, pure gold. So they told their daughter-in-law that, our dear daughter, this jewelry that you have bought is fake. So she reported to her parents. The parents went to the jeweler from whom they had purchased all the jewelry, and they lodged a complaint with the king. The king investigated, put the jewelry through fire, and they realized it was all fake. Only gold plated, but inside it was not pure gold. And this jeweler, to earn more money, was selling fake jewelry. So the jeweler was arrested, all his wealth was confiscated, and it was deposited in the king's treasury. And through this, the hunting expedition was sponsored. And when the prasad seva was desired by the queen, through the money that was with the king in his treasury, all the ingredients were purchased from the nearby villages, and the cooking was done. This is called anna dosh, because the food was cooked by wealth that was contaminated, wealth that was earned by illegal means, by adharmic means, by unethical ways. The food was corrupt, the food was contaminated, and because the sadhu ate it, his mind became contaminated. This is anna dosh. It's a fact, my dear friends. Artha has to be earned through dharma. Artha has to be earned through dharma. Money can also be contaminated. So then the sadhu understood that this is anna dosh. And the king also understood how money also can be contaminated. So we have to be careful about anna dosh, sthan dosh, and sangha dosh. If we associate with bad people, we also become bad. Krishna asked Karna in Mahabharata before the war that you are the elder brother of Yudhishthir Maharaj. You are also Kunti Putra. You accept Shri Kunti Devi as your mother, accept Yudhishthir Maharaj and the other Pandav brothers as your younger brothers. I promise you, you will sit on the throne of Hastinapur. Draupadi will bring you pan, and Yudhishthir Maharaj and Bhim will stand on both sides with chamar, and Arjun, Nakul, Sahadev will sit and massage your feet. Hare Krishna. Karna says, hey Keshav, I have already sold this body to Duryodhan. He gave me kingdom. He made me a king. He made me a friend. When I had nobody, he gave me money and power. I have already sold myself to him. So I cannot accept the side of the Pandavas. I will fight in favor of Duryodhana. Then Krishna says, you are supposed to know dharma. Then why in the Kuru Sabha you said that Draupadi is a prostitute and she should be brought and offered to Duryodhana? If she already has 5 husbands, what is the harm if she accepts 100 husbands more and have 105 husbands? You spoke these words. Why? These are not words coming from someone who knows dharma. Karna said, this is Sangadosh. Hare Krishna. I was sitting on the same asana as Duryodhana. I was sitting next to him. I was associating with Duryodhana day and night. And it was his association that contaminated my intelligence. And I regretted. As soon as those words came out, I regretted, but it was too late. Karna says this. Sangadosh. So we have to be careful about Sthan Dosh, Anna Dosh, and Sangadosh. If these 3 things are taken care of, our association, the place where we stay should be pure, and the food that we eat, the wealth that we have, that is pure, that is earned through dharmic means, not adharmic means. Then our bhajan will bear the fruits. Otherwise, there will be impediments and distractions and difficulties in our bhajan. This is a fact. I spoke all this in response to His Grace Amrit Karan Prabhu. The fallen girls under the clutches of Bhaumasur sincerely prayed to Lord Shri Krishna for their deliverance, and their sincerity of purpose made them at once pure by virtue of devotion. When we have sincerity, says, I am ready. Okay. Hare Krishna. So, their sincerity of purpose at once purified them. The Lord therefore accepted them as his wives, and thus their lives became glorified. Such auspicious glorification was still more glorified when Lord played with them as the most devoted husband. This is Krishna. Played with them as the most devoted husband. Lord Krishna used to live with the 16,108 wives constantly. He expanded himself into 16,108 plenary portions, and each and every one of them was Lord Krishna himself without deviation from the original personality. We discussed this. The Shruti mantra affirms that Lord Krishna can expand himself into many. Eko bahunam yo vidhati kama. Nityo nityanam chetanas chetananam. Eko bahunam yo vidhati kama. Vidhati kaman. What is the meaning of Vidhati Kaman? Srila Prabhupada explains that he fulfills the kamna of the devotees. Yogakshemam Mahamya. The Shruti mantra affirms that Lord Krishna can expand himself into many. As husband of so many wives, he pleased them all with presentations. One Parijat flower for Rukmini, one Parijat tree for Satyabhama. Fighting with Indra. Adbhut Leela of Krishna. Bhakta Vatsan. Always giving pleasure to the devotees. So I will stop here, dear devotees. Are there any questions or comments? Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai. One quick thing, some devotees have suggested that we should have Bhakti Vaibhava meeting thrice a week instead of twice a week. So I was thinking US time, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we can have India time, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, same time, but instead of 2 sessions, 3 sessions. So Wednesday morning, Thursday morning, Friday morning in India, and Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night in USA. So is this okay with you or not? Just let me know. Yeah. So like that. So any comments or questions? Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari. You can raise your hand. Okay, no questions. So we'll stop here and we will continue tomorrow. Mukta Sangha was asking, when are you coming back to US? I am coming back on November 9th, probably. November 9th evening.
Thank you, Prabhu.
So we may miss some sessions when I'm traveling, but I was thinking of having 3 sessions. So we'll stop here. Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai. All glories to all of you.
3 days a week we are doing from tomorrow.
So is it okay?
No.
Okay, no, for now we'll just keep it 2 days. But if
Okay.
Majority devotees want, then we can make it 3 days. So for now we'll just keep it 2 days. So Tuesday and Thursday, India time Wednesday and Friday. Okay, Prabhu, Prabhus and Matajis. Hare Krishna. Jai Shila Prabhupada. Thank you very much.